used to look at my life when I was young and be like, you know what, when I'm 15 or 16, I don't think I'll be alive. And it is not because of violence or like some type of accident or a car accident. It's because I thought Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kayla. Thank you for tuning in. If you are new here, thank you for watching. If you are returning, thank you for coming back. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And to just jump into the video. So last week, I didn't post anything. I didn't record. Well, I did try to record a video. I'm not gonna lie. I tried to record like 5 videos, but it was just like malfunction after malfunction. Either like I would try to like record a video and I can't say what I need to say correctly, or I'm messing up on words, or it's just like I couldn't say anything, or like I'll have a video and I said things halfway right. I'm just like, I just edited through, but then the mic wasn't working, or the video started glitching. And in the moment, I feel like I'm not really showing up how I usually show up. Not because like I didn't care, but because I was going through a shift that is really requiring me to do things differently. I usually show up like, you know what, regardless if I'm tired, regardless if I don't feel like doing something, I'm gonna do it anyways because I have to show up. But I don't live that type of life where I need to show up when I'm tired. I need to show up when I don't have the energy to. I feel like a lot of times when I'm going through like moments when I'm shifting or ascending or going through the dark night of the soul, God wants me to rest, and sometimes I fight it, and hence the malfunctions. It's like, okay, well, you can fight it, but these videos of you recording is not going to work. Currently, I am in a space right now where life is asking me to face things that I've never been through before, things I've never done before. Me using my voice in a way I never used my voice before, and honestly, it really is a lot. It's unfamiliar and it's different, but honestly, I used to be so afraid of just being in the unfamiliar and being in the difference of things that I really do like this like part of my life where I'm sitting in the unfamiliarness and sitting in different things, and I love it. When I first started my journey, I didn't know where the hell I was like doing. I didn't know where I was going, but it's like moments like this made me realize like I came this far. When you start your journey back to yourself, you will expect peace. But the truth is, it gets messy before it gets peaceful. You don't just meet your best self. You meet all versions of you that you have buried, the parts of you ignored, the parts you pretended weren't there, the parts of you you've been avoiding. And that's where I feel like I'm low-key at, but low-key I'm not at. Because I feel like I'm not spiraling, I'm not stuck, but I'm being stretched. It's like I faced a lot of things, and it's forcing me to slow down and really sit with myself, hold space for myself. I've been praying a lot more, not just because it's what I'm supposed to do, but because it's one of the things that's keeping me the most grounded right now, especially in this moment of realignment, in this moment of ascension. I'm learning that the version of me I'm becoming requires softness, it requires stillness, it requires me to just be in moments and be in hermit mode. It's not asking me to shrink. It's asking me to just be soft and sit in that softness. And softness is hard when you are raised to be strong all the time, when you're raised on survival mode. I think I'm turning to a point. I think I'm hitting a turning point. Some people call it an awakening, some call it alignment. But for me right now, I'm calling it an ascension or a dark night of the soul. And it's breaking down everything I once knew and replacing it with something different. Like I'm grieving the version of me that only knew how to survive, while trying to figure out what living in softness looked like, what living without that trauma or survival backpack. Because for a long time, I've been defined by what I've been through. I've been defined by how well I get through things. I've been defined by the trauma, my silence, the sadness I've been through, the pressure to perform strength. And I'm finally laying it down because I'm tired of carrying it like it's my identity, and it's not. A few years ago, my cousin was killed. That loss changed a lot for me mentally, but physically. That loss changed a lot for me mentally, but spiritually, it cracked something open in me. My cousin was 26 when he passed away. And that grief hit me differently than anything else. Because usually people in my family who do pass like 70s, 80s, and 90s. They don't pass like early on. It's like always they lived a life. They had children, they got old, they did everything they want to do, they just passed. But my cousin passing really changed a lot for me. At first, when I heard he passed, I didn't really believe it, so I really didn't cry. I'm not gonna lie, I did not believe him. Just like, yeah, he gonna come back, like he gonna pop out somewhere, like the fucking boogeyman, and just like, I didn't do it, but, well, I didn't die away. Well, I didn't pass away, but I didn't cry, not at first. I told myself, like, I was processing it spiritually, but the truth is, I didn't know how to process grief at all. It wasn't until I went into therapy and I realized, like, I had no clue how to deal with pain this close to me. I was proud of myself for not breaking down, but honestly, I was just numb. Because my feelings and emotions were numb. And underneath that numbness was a girl who had been holding in tears since she was like 15. That's the age I didn't even think I would live past. I used to look at my life when I was young and be like, when I'm 15 or 16, I don't think I'll be alive. And it is not because of violence or like some type of accident or a car accident. It's because I thought I killed myself. I feel like that's how deep my pain was back then. And when I hit 26 and I'm grieving my cousin and I'm crying those same tears, I realized how long I've been carrying all of it. And still I survived. That's not something I just say casually. That's one of the biggest accomplishments I have ever had in my life. Not my degrees, not the content, not me, getting certified in certain things, me working with children. It's the fact that I chose to stay alive when I didn't even know, like, what was next. I chose not to swallow pills. I chose not to do anything drastic to myself, even when I didn't know what was next. It was like walking through a dark tunnel and not seeing the light, but still choosing to walk. That's why this current shift is so heavy, because I don't feel like I'm just healing. I'm shedding everything that I picked up to survive. I'm shedding the parts of me that struggle so hard to just stay alive. That includes the silence, which brings me to my purpose. I used to think my purpose was attached to like a job or a title, that it was something I had to chase after I've healed everything. But what I'm really learning now is that purpose shows up in moments you stop performing. When you finally stop trying to make everything so palatable and you just tell the truth. And that's what is happening to me. I'm realizing my purpose has always been tied to my voice. Not the version I filtered, not the cute captions, but the raw, unfiltered, I'm still figuring this shit out voice. And like when I first started YouTube like 2 years ago, I used to like really filter what I was saying, filter my messages. And I didn't align with, it felt wrong internally. I'm just like, I can't say what I really want to say. I'm going to hurt people's feelings. I'm going to, I'm gonna be afraid when people see this. Like I was scared to even post my videos and show people like, hey, this is me. I'm just here and I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm just seeing what's truthful and what has happened in my life and what I've learned and what I'm learning. I'm learning how to use my voice in a way that it isn't perfect before it speaks. And for a long time, I didn't know how to use that voice. Not because like I didn't have anything to say, but because I didn't feel allowed. Like I used to be scared. Like I said, I didn't know how to convey messages in a way where it wouldn't hurt anyone's feelings. So I used to filter a lot of things that I said. I thought being seen was like dangerous. I thought being soft was like weakness. I thought being vulnerable was just like the most terrible thing. I thought being bold made me too much. So I strung my voice. I strung myself. I filter every word. I stay low key. I tried not to make people uncomfortable. Even when I did speak up, I made sure I didn't sound too sure of myself. Like, well, maybe, or I don't know. And then I'll say what I really want to say, but like, I don't know. I really don't know. Because I didn't want to get labeled as like, I didn't want to just get labeled. I didn't want to be like misunderstood or judged or picked apart. But deep down, there was always this quiet pull saying, you're not meant to stay small. Even when I'm just like, you know what? I don't want to be big. I don't want to be known as, I still don't. But it's just like, I just want to stay small. I just want to stay like unknown. I just want to stay hidden in life. But it wouldn't go away. Like, I would try to shut it down. I would try to shut like that voice, like, you're not meant to stay small, out. But it didn't go away because that voice wasn't some random thought. It was part of my design. That is what people mean when they talk about the law of purpose. It's not about perfection. It's about alignment. It's about knowing that no matter how much you try to hide it, something deeper in you keeps chasing you down. And eventually you either listen or you stay uncomfortable. Life keeps sending you lessons after lessons that fit your current situation. And eventually you listen and you sit down and you really just be like, you know what? Do I want to keep living the same life, or do I want to evolve as a person? I'm learning how to listen now. Sometimes I'm very hard-headed, I'm not gonna lie. It's not easy, it's not smooth, but it's real. I don't speak now to impress anybody. I don't speak now to filter my messages or filter how I feel. I'm not chasing likes or views. I'm speaking from my heart. I'm speaking from my core. Some days it lands, some days it doesn't. But I don't silence myself anymore to stay safe. I don't silence myself anymore because, how I say this? I don't, like, when I say I don't chase the views and likes anymore, it's like I don't give a fuck if anybody watches it or not. I'm not going to be like, you know what, I don't think anybody's going to watch it. Let me not put it out. I put it out regardless because some way, someday, maybe years from now, somebody will watch it and be like, you know what, this video really shed a light on something that I went through. That's what purpose looks like for me. It's not flashy, just steady. It is honest. And if you're wondering where your purpose is, this might be it. Not in the career, not in the when I finally get there, or when I'm healed fully, or when I do this, when I do that, but in the fact that you're still here, still trying, still healing, still growing, still trying to thrive. And sometimes purpose doesn't show up loud. It just shows up when you cry for the first time in years. It shows up when you say, I'm not okay, and let that just be that. Let that just be where you are at. Sometimes it shows up when you decide to stop editing your story or trying to filter your story just to make other people comfortable. Right now, I'm still in the thick of it. I'm still in the midst of becoming, still in the midst of building, and no, I don't have all the answers, but I know that this part of my purpose is necessary, that this part of my process is very necessary, because I'm no longer trying to be the strong one. I'm no longer trying to be liked because I don't give a fuck. I'm no longer trying to be everyone's cup of tea. I am allowing myself to feel. I'm letting myself be soft. I'm letting myself heal without the performance. I feel like this is what unpacking trauma looks like. I am not my pain. I am not my past. I am not the trauma I carry for everyone else. I am me. I am Kayla. I am soft. I am strong. I'm unfiltered. I have strength. I am unfinished in a lot of ways. I'm still growing. I'm still healing. And I am still showing up. Not gone in no sense, but I'm still growing. I feel like right now I am a flower growing in the Sahara Desert. Like the most beautiful flower that is just growing in unusual terrain where, you know, flowers usually have a hard time growing. That's what my brand is about. Becoming Herrss where wildflowers go, because everybody in life have a wildflower moment where they are growing in a situation that doesn't best suit them, but in some way they are learning how to grow in the most beautiful way possible. And that's all there is to it. Is even though life hands you certain situations that we can't avoid, even if you are planted somewhere where flowers usually don't grow, you're still choosing to grow regardless, and doing it effortlessly and unapologetically, and allowing that to just be that, and allowing yourself to just have those moments of, you know what, this is a fucked up situation. I'm in the middle of the Sahara Desert growing to and trying to become this beautiful flower. How is this going to happen? But still allowing it to just take process and allowing it to grow and allowing it to flourish. So yeah, y'all, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you tune in next week for next week's video. It is really cold in this house, but yeah. Also, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting me. I'm very much aware of who support me, who does not support me. And I'm very much aware of like every post, repost, share that I have been receiving. People going to my website, I'm very much thankful and I am grateful. So